إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. وإنما توعدون آت وما أنتم بمعجزين. Greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series AlkabaAer, which means the major sins, the major haram, the things which is prohibited by Allah or by His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or both, and that for every Muslim to do his best or her best to stay away from it, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can forgive for us our minor sins if we avoid the major sins. This is segment number 21 today, and we're talking about Ad-Dayus. Ad-Dayus is an Arabic term which a cuckold or a person who knows something bad about his female relatives, sister, daughter, wife, and he doesn't care or give it any attention, especially if it reach to adultery and fornication. As we understand that we, all of us, in charge, as the Prophet ﷺ is saying, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Each one of you is a shepherd or a governor, and each one of you going to be questioned about his government. So everybody in a position, a small office or a big office, he is a governor, and he's going to be questioned in the day of judgment about his government. It is very important for us as husbands, as brothers, as fathers, to keep a good eye and a proper information for our children from an early age. And it is special characteristic of Islam called al-haya, which means to be bashful and shy. it's very important that we raise our children from an early age to know about the certain parts of their body, especially the female, that need to be covered, not to be exposed, not to be touched by others, unless it's emergency like going to the doctor or something, life and death. And these things, if we put it in our children in an early age, it will make something very easier for us when they get older, especially when they reach the age of puberty. And you know that boys and girls, they go through some kind of a physical and mental stage changing about how they react and interact, how they feel about certain things, because the hormones also in their body. But if we have laid down a good foundation for our children, inshallah, this by education and by putting ourselves a good example, inshallah, you are not going to have too much a battle to fight when they reach to such age. Nevertheless, the haya, as the Prophet ﷺ, وَالْحَيَاءُ شُعْبَةٌ مِّنَ الْإِيمَانِ. Haya, to be bashful, to be shy, regardless if you are a male or female. الْحَيَاءُ شُعْبَةٌ مِّنَ الْإِيمَانِ, that to be shy and to be bashful is a branch of faith. It's very, very important that we keep a good tarbiyah, discipline from an early age, that we let the females, members of the family, that there is something called haya, to be bashful. There is parts of the body not to be exposed, and there is certain ways of dealing, talking, moving in front of people who are not a first degree members of the family, and especially in the presence of the opposite sex. We see the youth, this is the term in Arabic, if a person who knows something bad about his family, something related to their sexuality, and he doesn't care or doesn't bother him. Especially nowadays that everybody, even little kids, they carrying cell phone or they carrying a tablet, they watch different things, and communication became very accessible. And we as parents, is so hard to monitor them day and night. So like I said, early education, especially about things related to private parts, body parts, not to be touched, not to be seen, not to be exposed to other people, okay? And this is going to make our life with Allah much easier, and the way how we manage our families much easier. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us in Surah An-Nur, Surah number 24, الزاني لا ينكح إلا زانية أو مشركة والزانية لا ينكح إلا زان أو مشرك وحرم ذلك على المؤمنين. That means a person who is fornicator doesn't engage and marry a female Muslim woman, but he will marry a fornicator female like him, or that he will go to non-Muslims. And also the female adulteress or fornicator, it doesn't marry a person that did or known to be doing fornication or a non-Muslim. And Allah says, وَحُرِّمَ ذَلِكَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And this is been forbidden for the believers to engage in marriage relationship with a person that do things like this, have intimate relationship with women that is not his wives, or that a woman that is known to be fornicators. And Allah also is saying that this is forbidden for the marriage. And this action also is forbidden to act upon it even if you are not married. That means a believer is not supposed to have intimate relationship with a woman that is not his wife. Neither a female Muslim woman is supposed to have an intimate relationship with any man that is not her husband, or the things which may lead to this. All right? So both ways, Allah is forbidding this for us. So now some people, they didn't care. They feel they so liberal, freedom, they so modern, they live, you understand, in the West, and wherever you live, you're going to act according the public people. But this is not correct. We as Muslims, wherever we go, we don't change our color, especially about our behavior, our discipline, our moral principles. This is something very important, that we understand this, that we did not change our colors because we go another country. We have principles which are part of our belief, our deen, and we have to respect it and we have to honor it. We did not give our daughters to a fornicator, neither our sons goes and marry a woman who prostituting herself. This is haram. Neither we engaged in such kind of relationship. Here is the Prophet ﷺ in hadith related by Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet ﷺ is saying, ثلاثة لا يدخلون الجنة العاق لوالديه والديوث والرجلة النساء ورجلة النساء. That the Prophet ﷺ is saying, three types of people are not going to enter Jannah. The one who is undutiful to his parents. This is number one. Raising your voice on your parents, disobedient, being disobedient to them, sucking your teeth on them, not helping them, assist them, especially when they reach old age. So if you're undutiful by any means to your parents, you will have punishment in this life as well as the hereafter. The punishment in this life, your children, whenever you get a children, they're going to act to you the same way or worse than what you did to your parents. Okay? As for the hereafter, you'll be prevented to enter Jannah. So the Prophet ﷺ saying three types of people. They did not enter Jannah. The first one was the person who undutiful to his parents, regardless if it's he or she. That means you are a male member and you don't care about your parents, you don't listen to them, you don't obey them, you don't try to be kind to them, or you are a female Muslim woman and are not doing this, so this will apply to you. The second person, the Prophet ﷺ said, the cuckold, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word properly or not, but this is what we call in Arabic the youth. The youth is something very serious. A person who knows something bad, okay, about his family, and he's not doing anything about it. He doesn't care, okay? And some people, they reach to the degree that his daughter or his sister will meet him in the street while she is walking, okay, with a girl, and say, oh, this is my older brother, or this is my dad. Oh, this is so and so, she's my girlfriend. You see? As if nothing. To us, it is something, it's a big haram. It's a big haram. And the Prophet ﷺ told us that eye commit zina, and the zina of the eye is to look. The ear commit adultery, and the adultery of the ear is to listen to things that they like to hear. Male talking to female, female like to hear like this, okay? Especially about talking about sexuality, all right? And the serious thing, you understand that in the public school, now they talk, boys and girls sitting in the same classroom, and they talk to them about safe sex, and you understand, things like this. We have to understand we are Muslims, okay? Doesn't matter what is your nationality, where you live. You have to understand you was created for purpose of worshiping Allah, not for purpose of being, you understand, a doctor or engineer. Number one, you have to be a Muslim, and after this, you can be a doctor, an engineer, whatever it is that you want, something halal, but you could not, because that you want to reach to such a degree that you can disregard the teaching of your religion. Okay? So that the youth is a person who knows a bad news about his wife or about his sister or his daughter, the close female members of his family, and he doesn't care. He doesn't do anything about it. This is called at the youth. Like nothing. Okay? And the third type that the Prophet ﷺ is saying, وَالرَّجْلَةُ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ, a woman who is manlish. If you heard this word before or not, that means she acting, I think we talked about it yesterday, in imitation of the opposite sex, okay? The way she dress, the way she walk, okay? The way she talk, okay? The way how she roughen people. So a woman who act out of her normal being a female, this we call it manlish. She like understand to play with boys, not with girls. She likes the company of boys. She like understand to dress like them, wearing boots, okay, doing things like boys. This is manlish, called rajula min an-nisa. That means she became like a rajul, okay? And this is haram. This is not acceptable in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have to be very careful. So a person that he knows that family members are engaged in some sexuality on phone, on public places, or intimate, or whatever, and he's not doing anything about it, doesn't care about it, this is what you call it at the youth. And this is one of the major things that we have to understand how serious it is. And you should, at least to those that you have upper hand over them. Because the Prophet ﷺ told us, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Each one of you is a shepherd, and each one of you going to be questioned about his government. If you can hold a second here. I thought I have one hadith that I was trying to present it to you here today. Maya with Nash, or maybe this is the pages that I'm looking for. So basically, if a person knows or suspicion about some activities of his daughter, his wife, his sister, he need, you understand, to do something about it. And the minimum is going to be disapprove it, give it nasiha, try to see how they get them away from it, allows them to go get married instead of being doing the haram. Found means, you understand, to correct this. But the problem is when you get to know about it and like nothing. You don't care, okay? Brother, I have my own life, you understand? I have my own life. I don't have time. I don't need a headache in my life. That's not right. You think you're only responsible about feeding your children? You're supposed to feed them Islam before feeding them food. Okay? You're supposed to protect them. Allah say, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Save yourself and your children, your family, from hellfire. And we understand that these things is not good for our children or for our wives. And when your wife knows that you don't care, okay, so what's left? What's left? How she's going to love you? How she's going to raise you, your children, in the proper way? And maybe you understand, okay, like one hand wash the other. Okay, you let her do whatever she doing, and so she did not understand bother you also about what you're doing. She come 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you come also the next day, and everybody happy. That's not the life of Muslims, okay? So we have to understand our responsibility as fathers, as husbands, okay? And it's enough sin for us to understand that at the youth or a person who knows bad news about members of his family, the female members, and he doesn't do anything about it, this is called the youth in Islam, and this person will be prevented from entering Jannah in the day of judgment. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us all, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And we have to understand that part of this, okay, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us كل المؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم, okay, tells the believing men to lower their gaze. And also Allah said, and وكل المؤمنات يغضضن من أبصارهن ويحفظن فروجهن, okay, and tell the female Muslim women to lower their gaze. So we have to behave when things comes about sexuality. We have to, because the smallest thing, it will lead to something else. Like first you look, after this you touch, After this you kiss, and after this you hug, after this you go to appointments, and after this you make a meeting, and after this you may sleep together. So it go gradually, little bit by little bit. So we have to be very careful from this. And if we know that there is anything like this going in our family, we need to have a consultation. We need to have a talk. We need to understand to show disapproval. Okay? And by the way, that some brothers or some husbands, when they come home and the dinner is not ready, he make a big deal out of it. Okay? But if he knows that his wife in the phone talking to somebody else, is not a big deal. You understand? No, this is a deal. Because a woman has nothing to do with a man that not a mahram to her unless there is a business talk. Okay? How much is this? $5. Okay. You give it to me for $4 for one. Okay, thank you, bye. Keep going. Okay? This is what I mean by business talk. Like when you go to buy something, not you understand, stand there and be smiling and making jokes and entertaining each other, and after this you understand holding hands together and walking in the park. No, we don't do this. Okay? This mixing and this all these things, it leads to the haram. Okay? And whatever leads to the haram is haram itself. So we have to be very careful of these things, and we have to do our duties as fathers, as brothers, as husbands, and we have to be fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our family, to raise them in a way that is pleasing to Allah. Otherwise, we're going to be punished before them, because we did not stop them, we did not forbid them, we didn't discourage them, we didn't show them how serious it is. Thank you for being here tonight. If anybody have any comments, correction, or questions, anybody have any correction? Okay, I would like to remind everybody here that we have a box of boxes, but each box have at least 100 books. And if you live in the United States and you're willing to distribute it for da'wah purpose, or putting them in the mosque near of you, all what I'm asking, $22 only for postage. Is about 30 pounds and approximately about 100 books, at least. This book is not for sale, only to be given away for da'wah. Send it to the prison, put it in the mosque, given free gift for Muslims. You can get a whole box for $22, and this only for the postage media mail. If you want, you get in touch with me, 803-665-7010, or you can write me on Imam Adly #1 @yahoo.com. Looking forward to see you later on today for the hadith class, or tomorrow morning at 5:45 for encouragement and discouragement by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.